Hello, and welcome to Meditate with Tammy. I am Tammy Jaros, and today we are going to do a meditation on clearing out guilt in our bodies. Guilt is something that we are taught in our family systems and society. Guilt is not really a natural feeling that should be there all the time. It can be more so if you feel guilty about setting boundaries to protect yourself, or you feel guilty for taking care of yourself or putting yourself first, or checking in with yourself, and say you're supposed to go to a party, but you don't feel up to it and you are going to stay home and not go to the party. And if you stay home and you have a bunch of guilt in your space, what is that? You're taking care of yourself by backing off and taking some space, but you feel guilty about it. Or you take a home self-care day from work, but you feel guilty for not being there. That kind of guilt. There's the guilt that is like the natural guilt, where if we do something that we regret and we feel really bad about it, that guilt is very legitimate to have, and you can sit with it, and then you could forgive yourself for doing something, and then you could take that experience and move it into a new experiences and how you react in the future. But a guilt for taking care of yourself is the kind of guilt we're going to be clearing out here. This is not a guilt that is natural, and that is something that is learned. We are taught how not to take care of ourselves. It's just a human thing we learned in our society, or depending on what kind of family system you grew up in, just having that guilt of not putting everybody in front of you. So we're just gonna move out guilt that is not ours and find space from that guilt. So let's roll into this meditation space, and let's also take care of ourselves in this space. Anything that I offer you don't want to do, that's totally up to you. This is your meditation practice. You make sure your body feels safe and you feel safe, and you never feel guilty about that. That is for you. So let's go. Let's roll here. Let's get really comfortable in our bodies. Whether you're sitting or standing down, maybe you're taking a break from work and you're sitting in your car, wherever you are, get really nice and comfortable in your body, and give your body a nice way to go for meditating body, taking this time for us to check in. So really give your body a bunch of acknowledgement, maybe squeeze your legs, maybe give yourself a little hug for taking care of yourself, because it's easy to take a break and play a game on your phone, or watch something, or go on social media, instead of taking a pause to check in with yourself and really be with yourself. So awesome job getting here. Let's get nice and cozy in our body, and just allow your body to relax. Give it permission to relax. And do any more wiggles that you need to do before we go. And I invite you to close your eyes or find a soft gaze. Something neutral that is not going to put thoughts in your head. Taking a nice deep breath. And a gentle sigh out. And just notice where you are connecting, your physical body is connecting with the object you're sitting on. Or lying down, whatever position you're in. Just notice where the heaviness of your body, where it touches the object. And just let your body get heavy. Let it relax. And check in with your feet and ask your feet to relax. Let your toes relaxed. And then notice your hands. Just let your hands and your fingers relax. And then go up to your head and check in with your jaw and let your jaw relax. Taking a nice deep breath. Fill those lungs up with oxygen, those amazing lungs that are working for us 24/7. Really give them a nice intentional deep breath. And breathe out. Awesome. And let's imagine that we're walking in a big, spacious field. Beautiful, plush grasses. Maybe it's on top of a hill, looking out over a town. Maybe it's in a forest surrounded by trees. This is your space, and let it be what you want, what is comfortable for you. And in this meadow, there's a big tree stump that you could go over and take a seat on. And if you want to lie down, you can ask your tree stump to go level with the ground. And you could lie down and have that tree stump just be at the base of your spine. Or you could take a seat on your tree stump. And this tree stump has roots that go all the way down to the center of the earth. And it's really grounding you into our earth and our earth energy, that healing earth energy we all have access to. And it also helps us shift out energies in our space and brings it down, down, down to the center of the earth where this energy can purify. And then we don't spread our energy sideways onto each other. Like how they say, if you're an empath, you can feel other people's energy. If you're really, really open to feeling other people's energies, humans tend to put their energy sideways. This is a scary situation. It's too hard for me to hold. Here, hold it. As parents, we do that for our children. We can hold their energies, but we can also release them as well. So we aren't throwing our energies to everybody, throwing our stress to everybody. So that's what I really enjoy about this tree stump is we could really move stuff out of our space and have a good human bedside manner without having to dump it on somebody else. Awesome. So let's look at that guilt energy, or feel that guilt energy in the body. Anything that's not a natural guilt. Like sometimes there's that guilt we deal with when we did something wrong and we acknowledge it and we apologize and we have that. And then the guilt fades because we took care of our business and we're healing our business. We know we're human. We know we make mistakes. Even in healthy relationships, there's always conflicts of some sort, but it gets acknowledged and people do things that they regret. And you can feel the guilt for a shorter amount of time and release it. But guilt, this guilt I want you to look at is the guilt that makes you feel guilty for stuff that's good in your life. You deserve to have these things. So just let that come up in your body. It might show up in different places. You might get a picture of where it is. Maybe it's in your knees. Maybe you see a color energy of it as you look at yourself sitting on that stump. Maybe it's in your back. Maybe it's a bunch of monkeys on your back. You should be doing this. You should be doing that. Just notice it. And we're noticing it and we will be releasing it. So if it's uncomfortable, we're going to shift it out. Because it's not your energy. Anything that's really not you is really uncomfortable in the body. That's a good sign for the body's telling you, hey, this isn't my energy. But if we don't learn how to take care of ourselves and release, it really feels like our energy. Like this guilt can turn into, you know what? I suck as a person. Why do I keep doing this? Why do a bunch of people bother me? That's like an awakening sign that there are some changes that are needed in your space. So just let this guilt come up. And also know that this is a learned guilt. It's a guilt that where I am in the United States society is a big, big programming energy. Big, so much that we don't even know we're doing it. It's just, you should be working a lot. You should go to school if you don't want, you have to do all these things to get a certain way. And just if that's not your calling and you don't do it and you feel guilty and you're walking around, this guilt is going to help create your situations in life. And you don't want this guilt creating your life, because you're not going to be doing what you want to be doing. So hello, guilt energy. Just say hello to that guilt energy. And it might even be just totally hard and muddy to look at if you never looked at it before. And if it's like that, it's going to shift for you. This is a practice and you're not stuck at whatever picture you're looking at, whatever visualization picture you're looking at, or whatever type of feeling you're getting right now, or wherever it is in your body right now. You are not stuck there. And the beautiful thing is you are here looking at it, which shifts it already. It's already shifting in your body. You're already getting power in yourself to overcome this guilt and move it out of your space. So let's ask this guilt energy. Whatever's in your body right now that does not belong to you, you can ask your tree stump to help your body release this guilt energy. Pull this guilt energy out and bring it down into the planet. Instead of contributing and putting it back out in the planet, bring it down to where the earth purifies this energy. Just let it go, drain down out of your body and down, down, down that tree stump. It's a very smart tree stump. it's a fun meditation because it's kind of like a childlike meditation. And it's okay to have fun while you're doing something serious like releasing guilt. But ask that tree stump, release, release, release. And you don't have to worry about how it works. Energy moves fast. The body remembers fast that, oh, that's right, I get to release. It's very natural for the body to take an emotion and release the motion. It is not natural for the body to resist motions and store the motions in the body. That makes for a really bumpy human ride. I am, or was an expert at that. I don't like to do the resistant ride. I won't say anymore because I do resist still. I'm a human. But it makes for an easier experience releasing. And just breathe, give your body some air. And exhale, and just go gently breathing and exhale. And pay attention to your body. If you notice any tension, just invite it to relax. You can maybe give yourself a little smile. Allow it to go. That guilt that isn't yours, let it go. And some signs in the daily life that you've got guilt, those shoulds. I should be doing this. I should be doing that. I should go to that party. I should buy an ugly Christmas sweater. If you don't buy one, you feel like you're not a part of it. Any guilt, or I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have done that. Those are good signs just to release that guilt. That is not you. It's blocking your connection between you and you, your mind, your body. Let it go. And you can also let go anything that comes up with guilt, like shame. Shame tangos with guilt in the body. You can let that go, let any shame. If you have any guilt on setting boundaries for yourself, boundaries with family, boundaries with friends, boundaries with yourself for changing habits, whatever, just any guilt that comes with goodness for yourself, let it go. And no, that's not you. That feeling is not you. It's an energy running through you. And guilt and shame helps those energies stay in your experience. And just notice your body as you're releasing that guilt energy. Does it feel like it has a little more space? Does it feel open? Does it feel excited to do this practice? Or is it judging this? What the heck, a stump? This isn't working. Whatever the guilt is, just take whatever, or that what you're feeling in your body, just notice where you are right now. If you've been judging a lot and this is the first time you really looked at the guilt or the guilt energy, just know that's where you are right now, and it's shifting. You're shifting and give yourself space to shift. Give yourself space to be who you are right now without guilt. Maybe you're not where you want to be where you are right now. Maybe you're not being as productive as you wished you were, all that. The guilt, you let go of that guilt. because it just slows you down from going forward. It's going to keep you, the guilt will keep you in the space of not creating, of not moving forward in your life. Awesome. And if that feels good, if you feel like you've released enough for today, and you can always go back and release more. It's not a one-stop repair all, guilt be gone, I am forever healed. It's a human practice to go through it and feel it, and you feel it come and then you deal with it. Is this really my guilt? Did I do something to actually feel this guilt? Or is this somebody else's guilt that I'm feeling? And it could be a habit of feeling guilty. If you're new to setting boundaries, you could be in a habit of feeling guilty and not setting boundaries and letting people come in your space and then getting upset about that. And then you're mad at yourself because you didn't set boundaries and you feel guilty, and it keeps you in a cycle. But releasing it and looking at it and forgiving yourself for guilt. So let it go, let it go. So how is your body doing right now? And however it's doing, that's how it's doing today. And tell your body it did an amazing job of releasing. And you released a lot of energy there. Even if you didn't feel it, you released a lot. And when we release a lot, we open up spaces in our body. We're open for new energies. So this is a chance to give yourself an energy that you really want. Maybe you need comfort. Maybe you need laughter. Maybe you need love or peace or fun, whatever it is, whatever comes to you. Only you know what you need. So put an intention on something, what you want in your body. And I'm going to invite you to visualize over your head where you're sitting in that meadow, over your head. If you're laying down, it could be over your whole body. Just imagine a big, big bubble. Like those big bubbles, there's like the bears where huge bubbles. It could be as big as the room you're in or as big as your body. Really big, playful bubble. And let that bubble call in that intention you want. Like the bubble's a magnet, and it will call in that pure energy for you. Just let the bubble fill up. And like the tree stump, the bubble's very smart. You don't have to figure it out, get all scientific on it. You can if you want. If you look at visualization and science, it actually does help heal the human body. But you don't have to figure out all the ins and outs of this bubble. And just let that bubble just pull in all that energy and purify that energy and let it be all for you. And you can ask that energy to fill up your body, fill up your head, go through all your sinuses and out your ears and down your neck, your shoulders, and down your arms, down your hands, and shooting out of your hands and going down your torso and all through your organs and your whole entire middle, giving everything that attention that you want down to your hips, down your thighs and in your knees and your calves and in your feet, and radiating out of your skin and really giving your body that intention. Allow yourself to have it. And when you meditate on your own, you could give yourself as many intentions as you want. or before you wake up in the morning, you could give yourself a bubble of intention energy. And let's get up from our stump in our meadow. And look around you. See if you left any energy around in your space. You might see a picture of something. Maybe you see guilt dancing around over there in the corner. You could just ask that energy to go off. Go off. I like to clean up my energy after I meditate, so I don't leave that around for it to jump back in my space. So just let that guilt energy float off. Maybe you'll see it hop on a cloud and float away. Most of it was released. So you don't really have to worry about it, but it's just an extra little practice I like to do in my meditation. So if you're into that, go for it. If not, don't worry about it. And you could get up and just give your meadow one last look over. Maybe you want to spin around, do a little dance. Thank your meadow. This place is always there for you to ground yourself into the planet, release any sort of energy, circumstance that just doesn't feel like you in your space. You could do it with problems, other people's problems that aren't yours, that you feel like you should be taking care of them, but it's really not your space to. You could release it, release the guilt, release their problems. So you could play with that in all different kinds of ways. Awesome. And let's let go of that space that we were in, the meadow, and come back to our bodies and to the rooms that we're in, or the space or the outdoor space you're in. Just come back to where you are now. You can start to wiggle your fingers and toes, open your eyes, shift your gaze if you were focusing on something else. Stretch, give your body a big hug. Thank you, body, for healing and shifting and releasing. Awesome. And thank you for joining me in this journey on this meditation to release guilt. One of the big roadblocks in our spaces can really keep us from taking care of ourselves. So just notice and observe yourself and observe your space and notice if you're feeling guilty. And, oh, that's interesting. I'm feeling guilty for something I shouldn't feel guilty for. That's an old learned behavior. You start picking up on faster and releasing more and more, and then going back to meditate on it. And you could journal on your guilt, and you could look at your progress. There's all kinds of ways you can add this to your wellness routine. Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you very much for sitting with me, and I look forward to sitting with you in the future. All right.